CNPN.
Today, SpaceX has officially announced its initial public offering for next year. SpaceX is targeting an IPO in mid to late 2026 that aims to raise more than $30 billion. The potential IPO could value the entire company at approximately $1.5 trillion. Poised to shatter the record set by Saudi Aramco, making it the largest IPO in history. Will Elon Musk's ambitious dream of making humanity a multi-planetary species succeed? We trace a hypothetical scenario of the years following the IPO. In 2026, SpaceX's new Starship V3 successfully orbits the planet for the third time in a row, raising hopes for an unmanned Mars mission. Furthermore, Astrolab successfully launches the Flex lunar rover to the moon aboard the Starship landing system. Amidst this string of successes, SpaceX makes a splashy debut on the New York Stock Exchange in August. The IPO price soars, and the company's valuation surpasses $1.5 trillion, capturing global attention. Investors rejoice as massive funds pour in. In November, SpaceX launched its first unmanned Mars mission, Starship. However, perhaps rushed to meet a specific launch and IPO deadline, the rocket exploded midair. The bad news continued. In December, a newly launched Starlink satellite collided with a Chinese satellite. The incident escalated into an international lawsuit and a political conflict with China. SpaceX's stock, which had once reached $1,000 per share, plummeted to $300. In May and August 2027, the next generation massive rocket, Starship, successfully completed 2 consecutive manned orbital flights. It then delivered astronauts to the International Space Station and returned unmanned, demonstrating the potential for reusability for transporting passengers and cargo into Earth's orbit. Starlink has become SpaceX's most reliable revenue stream since its IPO. It has secured approximately 5 million subscribers worldwide and accounts for 70% of SpaceX's total revenue. With the number of satellites surpassing 30,000, service areas are expanding to polar regions and oceans. Starlink is now poised to go beyond simple internet service and serve as a vital communications link for future lunar landers and Mars rovers. As the company's fundamentals strengthen, its stock price dispels speculation about a bubble and maintains a solid upward trend. SpaceX's stock price has surged, surpassing $1,700 per share. In March 2028, NASA's Artemis spacecraft will launch with the goal of a crewed lunar landing. SpaceX will provide the Human Landing System, HLS, used in NASA's Artemis Phase 3 mission. The astronauts transported to lunar orbit aboard NASA's Orion spacecraft will transfer to the Starship HLS awaiting in orbit. The HLS will successfully land the astronauts on the lunar surface. NASA will have 3 SpaceX astronauts stationed in orbit to participate in the construction of the Gateway, a lunar space station. SpaceX's Falcon Heavy will be deployed to transport supplies for NASA's lunar space station, the Gateway. Furthermore, the agency is launching the Link project to ensure stable communications in lunar orbit and on the surface. Based on Starlink technology, this project will be a key infrastructure for high-speed data communications between the lunar base and Earth. In September, China's Chang'e 13 probe also successfully completed a manned lunar landing. In November, China, together with Russia, began construction of the International Lunar Research Station, ILRS, at the lunar South Pole. They will begin constructing the station using 3D printing technology, utilizing local lunar resources. As tensions between the United States and China in space exploration escalate, global attention is focused. On December 20th, 2029, China's Long March 12th spacecraft, carrying the Tianwen-6 manned probe, will be launched toward Mars. 10 days later, SpaceX's Starship Prometheus 3 manned probe will also successfully launch. These 2 rockets launched almost simultaneously because this was the optimal launch window, considering the orbits of Earth and Mars. 2 probes, each culminating in humanity's scientific and technological advancements, were simultaneously heading to Mars. Earthlings were focused on which of the 2 probes would land on Mars first. The space race to explore Mars had begun. On July 27, 2030, after a 200-day flight, SpaceX's Starship Prometheus landed in the Jezero crater on Mars, a site where NASA's Perseverance rover had already conducted geological surveys more than a decade earlier. 3 days later, on July 30th, China's Tianwen-6 landed on Mars' Utopia Planitia. Already waiting for them on the plane were Tianwen-1 and the Zhulong rover, previously sent by China. Will the 5 astronauts from China and the 4 from SpaceX be able to adapt to Mars and settle safely at their respective destinations? The real competition between the United States and China, which arrived on Mars simultaneously, is just beginning. In March 2031, America leads the way to Mars, no competition. A slogan with a clear China-centric twist dominated media outlets across the United States. The race was on. SpaceX announced a call for volunteers for its Starship Prometheus 2 probe, a full-fledged Mars colonization probe, scheduled for launch in March 2031. This launch will carry a total of 100 passengers, including numerous elite volunteers, including scientists, engineers, and military personnel. Elon Musk has pledged to launch more than 10 Starships annually, creating a population of over 10,000 on Mars within 10 years. Is SpaceX building a new America on Mars, or is it a new empire for SpaceX? The answer lies in the future,